Today is June the 2nd. This is the 2350 Jinger. This was the Tiger King plant, the seed of the Tiger King plant. It's been really good. The only thing I would say about this plant is it does get leaf burn a little bit when it's too hot, and I'm in south central Kentucky, so there's been a couple leaves that got leaf burn. But other than that, it's been pretty good. It's the only one that I had to shade the tip. I'm not doing that right now just because it's overcast and sprinkling out right now. It does have one double side vine, which I'm leaving let go. So if you look at this junction here, it's got 2 leaf nodes coming out of the same one, and it's doing the exact same thing at the others. It didn't start out that way, but it's doing it from here. I actually had 4 pumpkins at leaf note there that I picked off. See one of them sitting right there, and I'm gonna let it go on the side vine. I really don't care about the side vine one. Actually, it might benefit me to have more leaves and more roots possibly pop out of those leaf junctions. So I'm gonna let it go for a little while, see what it does. The plant itself is somewhere around 12 to 14 feet. The posts that I have are 10 feet apart, so you can kind of see with the posts being 10 feet apart on the fencing, one there and one there. We're probably somewhere around 12 to 14 feet. Next one we have here is the 2294 Knoll. This has just been an easy plant. Like, if I could have created a plant to grow the easiest, it's been this one. It's really starting to kick in its side vines. It takes nitrogen pretty well. I gave it the same amount of nitrogen as the Tiger King and my other 2 over there, and it just no burn issues, no shock or lack thereof. Doesn't take it. It just takes the recommended dosage. It's just been a good plant. It's nice and low to the ground. The back leaves are starting to get a little taller, but it grows really low to the ground. Like the head of the tip, the growing mane, it just barely skims the bottom of the ground as it grows. I really like it. So good overall plant there. It's sitting somewhere around 12 feet, maybe 10. Probably just a scooch past 10. Did some mowing here, the weed / cover crop yesterday, and I'll probably continue to do what I'm doing, which is mowing about 5 to 10 feet around the plant, and then till it as needed. It's been working out well so far. A little less maintenance overall, and I ain't got to weed as much. I bought a hoop hoe. Recommend that for anybody who has never used a hoop hoe. I think they also call them stirrup hoes. For about $50 investment, well worth it. Maybe 55 bucks. This one here is my 826.5. It's got some good genetics in the background. I think it's got 2009. It's got some Wallace. It's got the previous state record of Illinois. It's got 2145. It's got a bunch of good stuff in it. It's just a seed I've been working on over the years. The only reason it didn't do more than 826 last year is I just didn't take care of the plants in the area. I had a lot going on, but been a pretty good plant. It's a little thin on the vines, would be my only call out, but it's been easy to train because of it. So as long as they thicken up, nothing to worry about. It likes to grow long and thin. It's another one that's taking the nitrogen well, no burn, likes the heat. I grew it here last year, so it should be pretty acclimated to it. It's throwing pumpkins. I've already clipped off some pumpkins. Pretty easy growing, so as long as these side vines here kick in like they're supposed to and not too stunted, we should be good there. That is my longest plant. It's pretty close to, it's probably about a foot longer than Tiger King, so I'd probably put it anywhere from 12 to 15 feet. And then 1858 Schmidt. This was a pumpkin that I grew last year. It was a different seed, obviously. It was from the 1858. This is the same lineage there, and it is probably about, I would say, 12 feet. But what I like about this, it's got nice big leaves, which can be a drawback in the wind, but it's very compact. It's kind of slow growing, but it's stalky. And in the past, when I've had plants do that, they kick on hard late in the year. And when I grew this last year, it threw a nice pretty orange pumpkin, and it went I think 20% heavy. So if I can get a good pumpkin sit on this and do better than I did last year. Last year I grew the seed and I grew, I think, 729 or something like that out of it. But I did a video on one of the Facebook groups, and I was not taking care of the plants. I had a lot of weeds and rot and bug damage and everything else. So hoping for much bigger things this year. So that one's sitting right there around 10, maybe 11 feet. But it's a good plant. It does not like a lot of nitrogen. I gave it a spike of nitrogen at the exact same times as I did these. Calcium nitrate is what I used in the colder times. And I won't say it doesn't like it, it just absorbed it much more efficiently than the other ones, apparently, because the tip is about 12 inches off the ground, and I'm supporting both on the top and bottom because I don't want it to go up any higher and I don't want it to snap from stress. So it's just got to be more managed when it comes to the nitrogen. So definitely don't need much more nitrogen. I'll probably just focus on the other elements.